Corsica is a magical island located between Italy and France. Its rich culinary history includes influences from Turkey, Algeria, and Spain. Its inspiration for the next recipe, which is Corsican prawns with chickpea cream. So let's get started making our chickpea puree, or a chickpea cream as it's sometimes called. What we're going to do is combine our chickpeas into the food processor. These have already been cooked. If you're using canned, you want to make sure and use a reduced sodium chickpea. And then I'm going to add some olive oil. Chickpeas were present in the Mediterranean very early on. They were actually something that they cultivated in ancient Egypt, and they made their way to southern Europe in about the 9th century. Hummus, which means chickpea in Arabic, was this mixture with the addition of tahini, or a sesame puree, and that was not added because they didn't have it in Europe at the time. So I'm going to put my lid on. We'll go ahead and puree this just until everything is smooth. I've got a little bit of water on hand, and I'm going to add that in. I like this consistency, where it's nice and thick like that. That's what I want. So I'm just going to put the lid back on and let it puree for another minute. And I'll go ahead and put this right into my serving dish. So I'm just making a nice dent in the bottom here to make a bed for my shrimp. And then I'll go ahead and start preparing the shrimp. So the first thing we need to do is turn our heat on to medium-high, get our pan nice and hot. A lot of people worry about making rubbery shrimp. So when you make the shrimp, in order to keep them really tender, one of the tricks you can do is start with a nice screaming hot pan. So I'm going to go ahead and put in olive oil. You always know when your olive oil is ready and when it's time to add your other ingredients whenever you start to smell it. In the Mediterranean kitchen, you can use your nose as a guide. Now I'm going to add in the shrimp, and these have been peeled and deveined. Just want to add them all in at one time like this, that's fine. And then I'm just going to spread them out, give them each a little bit of surface area. I'm going to add in my garlic. This will give it a lot of nice flavor. And my fresh rosemary. If you don't have fresh rosemary, you could use a little bit of dried. You could use thyme. And I'm going to add my favorite trick, which is a little bit of ground crushed red chili pepper that I absolutely love. Now I'm going to add some salt and a little bit of crushed black pepper. You can see how the shrimp are starting to turn pink. That's great. That means they're getting cooked on the one side. Now I'll go ahead and turn. And they're starting to shrink up a little bit, so that lets us know that they're at their peak. If you'd like to, you can add in a little splash of lemon juice. The lemon juice, the acidity is just great. It helps the sweetness just to come through of the shrimp, and it helps them to kind of finish cooking in a really nice way. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them right into my serving dish here. You just want to pile these right in the middle. And then you can serve this with pita or a baguette and have your guests just help themselves and dig in, or you can eat it like this. It's fun to mix earthy things like beans with something from the sea like shrimp. It adds a really complex flavor, but yet very simple to make. And whenever you're interested in taking a culinary vacation, you don't have to call the travel agent. All you have to do is pick up a copy of the Mediterranean Diabetes Cookbook, and you can have a great meal from the Mediterranean in minutes. Enjoy.